Hello everyone, GoldenNova here. First off, a big thank you goes out to Team Chaos Stream for hosting this collaboration. They have some pretty chill replays with great musical backing, and they play everything from the powerful Machina Orchestra to the absolutely abysmal Pyramid of Light deck as part of the Dumpster Fire replay series. And make sure to keep that in mind for later, but for now, let's get into the video proper. Competition is a key component in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Even if you've made a deck that's less about winning and more about performing some ridiculous play sequence like, I don't know, resolving all the draw effects on dual-taining for instance, you're trying to resolve your plan before your opponent can get to theirs and interrupt you, or play through their board's interruptions to make your dream come true. So no matter where you're coming from, to the dedicated high-level performers, to the jankiest Table 500 enthusiasts, we're all united in our desire to make it to the top, even if we may have different perspectives on what the top even is. And while I've participated in a few online events since the lockdown happened, I've otherwise been dropping the ball when it comes to participation. And while I don't have anything quite as grand or complex in mind, I can always rely on my friends in the Yugi-tubing community to slake my thirst for combat. And that's where my particular twist of lime comes in. See, for those of you who are unaware, I'm not satisfied until I've made things more extra than the extra deck. We need action. We need excitement. We need a change in scenery. Future Nova, if you don't mind? Ah, thank you, perfect. Now, it's time to unveil the beginning of a new series, where I go toe-to-toe with my Yu-Gi-Oh! Contemporaries, where challenges abound and the stakes are as high as your imagination can soar. Which, you know, is gonna have to go a long way, because we don't have any pricing. Regardless, today's challenge is inspired by Team Chaos Stream's signature series. We'll be taking two decks that have some of the most absolutely awful reputations and stack them up against each other to see just who's one step higher in escaping this garbage pit. Presenting the Clash at Kaiser Colosseum Dumpster Fire Edition, Vehicroids vs. Genex. Let's start with the home team, helmed by, well, Team Chaos Stream. They'll be piloting Genex, one of the many dual terminal archetypes. In lore, they're a species of mostly, though not all, machine monsters that have the unique ability to improve the environment around them over time. However, when they came in contact with the worms, an invading force that the Genex saw as corrupting and polluting the land, the terrestrial caretakers made it their mission to combat them. This objective was in line with the Ally of Justice monsters, who saw the Genex as a resource they could develop for their own anti-worm weaponry. And this gets even creepier when you factor in that Genex don't act like a civilization. They're stated in the master guides to not really talk and act off instinct, so yeah, the Ally of Justice team just kind of mechanically engineers, manipulates a whole species of essentially mecha animals into weapons of war, which I guess helped with the Genex plans to get rid of the worms, but still, it's pretty messed up to just convert an entire species like that. This is why you'll see Genex split into two other themes, the R-Genex, then the Genex Allies, showing different stages of the Justice team's tampering with them, and creating specific models to assist other themes, like Flamvel and Mist Valley. Unfortunately, despite some rich lore, the deck doesn't really put in any great performances. Initially, the idea was to be a synchro theme that revolved around a single specific tuner, Genex Controller. All of the original synchros for the theme require the little hunk of bolts, but there aren't any stupendous ways to field all of them at once. As the deck evolved, they became more of an attributes matter style deck, with monsters that could adjust attributes on field for specific effects, and even had new synchros that would trigger different effects depending on the attributes used for their synchro summon. However, no amount of support ever ended up putting Genex over the top. While Genex Undyne would see play as an outstanding starter for Atlantean Mermales, and Genex Ally Axel being a slick card if you could manage to summon them in a machine deck, it never managed to be enough for the theme proper. When you revolve your deck around Spiral Super Agent, you get a really great combo deck. When you revolve it around a normal tuner like Genex Controller, well, let's just say that no amount of tuning is going to help you. Representing the away team is me, GoldenNova, and I'll be piloting a deck that's just as infamous, though much less storied, Vehicroids. The signature archetype of one Cyrus Truesdale, Vehicroids are what would happen if Maximilian Pegasus got a hold of an automotive company. These cartoony constructions are riddled with effects, almost none of them gelling together to make a cohesive whole. They do things like look at your opponent's set cards, to surviving battle destruction once per turn. If not for their connection to the anime, I wouldn't be surprised if they had faded into obscurity a long time ago. But, by the grace of nostalgia, Vehicroids got a bit of a boost with new cards in the first Legendary Duelist set. With cards like Mixeroid and Megaroid City, do we have enough of a game plan to topple the other horrendous machine theme? Well, before we square off, let's take a look at the list I piloted. For monsters, we have 3 Mixeroids, 2 Rescueroids, 2 Steamroids, 2 Drillroids, 2 Jetroids, 2 Patroids, 2 Stealthroids, 2 Truckroids, 2 Submarineroids, 2 Expressroids, 2 Gyroids, 2 Ambulanceroids, and 1 Armoroid. For spells, we have 3 Megaroid City, 2 Vehicroid Connection Zones, and 2 Polymerization. For traps, we're running 3 Supercharged, 2 Storming Mirror Forces that we're hoping to cheese off of Jetroid, and 2 Necrofusions. In the extra, we're running 2 Barbaroid, the Ultimate Battle Machine, 2 Super Vehicroid Mobile Base, 1 UFO-roid Fighter for the memes, 2 Super Vehicroid Stealth Union, 2 Super Vehicroid Jumbo Drill, 2 Ambulance Rescueroid, 2 Steam Gyroid, and 2 Parapsychroid. Alright, with that out of the way, let's take it to the sand and show them what we're made of. In Game 1, our opponent will start and they'll play Unexpected Die to summon a controller from deck, Normal Summon Undyne to send another Undyne to the grave to search a controller, then they'll Synchro Summon into Powered and Zektron. They'll set 2, then pass to us. On our turn, we'll play Megaroid City, then set Supercharged. We'll destroy that Supercharged with Megaroid City to search for Steamroid, then we'll play Polymerization to fuse for Super Vehicroid Jumbo Drill! We'll go to Battle Phase and attack over the Inzectron for 500 before passing to our opponent. On our opponent's turn, they'll normal summon Genex Jimmy Neutron, then go right to end phase so they can trigger its search effect, getting Genex ally Birdman before passing to us. We'll start by normal summoning Stealthroid, then go into battle phase. Jumbo Drill will attack the Neutron for 1200, then we'll attack with Stealthroid. We'll have Megaroid City send Rescuer from deck to grave so we can set it up for later. Stealthroid will deal no damage, but will still get the bull of one of their set cards before passing back to them. On their turn, they'll set a card before normal summoning Genex Controller, then returning it to hand with Genex ally Birdman to special summon it before passing to us. On our turn, we'll normal summon Mixeroid, then tribute it to activate its effect. They'll chain Called Bite to negate, we'll chain Necrofusion to dodge, but they'll chain Solemn Judgment, negating that effect. Because they did that, they'll get to special summon Genex ally Reliever from hand, but that's not going to get them very far. In battle phase, Stealthroid will attack Birdman, and Jumbo Drill will attack over the Reliever. Stealthroid is mandatory, so we lose our city, but we're still in a pretty good spot. We pass to them. On their turn, they'll normal summon Genex Turbo using its effect to search Genex Oracle. This will trigger the Oracle in hand, special summoning itself, but they don't have any legal synchro targets. In battle phase, Oracle will attack over Stealthroid, then they pass to us. At this point, we can close out the game. We'll have Jumbo Drill attack the Oracle using its piercing effect to deal 2700 damage for a game. Game 2 starts much like Game 1. They'll start by playing Unexpected Die, special summoning Genex Controller from deck, then normal summoning Genex Undyne, sending another copy from deck to grave to search another controller. They'll set a card, then play Card Destruction, resetting both of our hands, then play Monster Reborn to revive the discarded controller. They'll Synchro Summon Genex ally Triarm, then Synchro Climb into Locomotion Genex. They don't have any targets, so they'll set a card, then pass to us. On our turn, we'll play Polymerization, Fusion Summoning for Ambulance Rescueroid. We'll set 2, then play Megaroid City, then they'll chain DNA Transplant, changing everything to dark. We don't have any follow-ups, so we pass to them. On their turn, they go right to battle phase, but when they attack, we chain Supercharge to draw 2, and Storming Mirror Force to return that Genex back to the extra deck. With nothing else, they pass to us. On our turn, we'll normal summon Mixeroid, then go to battle phase. We'll attack with Mixeroid using Megaroid City to send Stealthroids from deck to swap its attack and defense to deal 22, and Ambulance Rescueroid will deal 23. We'll set 1, then use Mixeroid's effect to special summon Truckroid from deck, then pass to our opponent. On their turn, they'll set 2, and then pass to us. On our turn, we'll activate Necrofusion. They'll chain Called by the grave to banish our Ambulance-roid, but we still have enough material to make Barbaroid the ultimate... Oh, bottomless trap hole. Oh well, we'll go to battle phase and have Truckroid attack. We'll use Megaroid City to swap its attack and defense, then have Truckroid equip the Overseer. We'll attack directly for 1800 and 2300 for game. Alright, we've got one more replay left. Let's see how it goes. We'll start by playing Megaroid City, then setting Gyroid before passing to our opponent. On their turn, they'll normal summon Genex Turbo using its effect to search for Genex Oracle, triggering its effect to special summon itself. They'll go to battle phase and attack our Gyroid, which is safe from 1 battle destruction. We'll trigger Megaroid City to send a Stealthroid to grave to set up for later turns. They'll set 2, then pass to us. We'll normal summon Steamroid, and hey, did you know that Vehicroid Connection Zone can be used to summon Cyrus's ace monster, Steam Gyroid? Oh well, we'll just go to battle phase and attack over their monsters, using Megaroid City to send Truckroid to grave to set up for later turns. They'll activate Unexpected Die to special summon Genex Controller from deck, then use attribute material for Genex ally Reliever. They'll attack and we'll chain Supercharge to it, but they'll chain the red reboot to deny us the 2 draws, but we do get a Necrofusion from deck. We'll send Expressroid from deck to grave with Megaroid City, but that doesn't do us any good with the Steamroid. With nothing else, they'll pass to us. On our turn, we normal summon Drillroid, then destroy it with Megaroid City to search as a Mixeroid. We activate Necrofusion, and they'll chain the Called by the grave to get rid of our Steamroid, but we do have enough material to make Super Vehicroid Stealth Union. Now, I'm going to stop this here right now because, unfortunately, even though Stealth Unit has 3600 attack and could easily get over Reliever in any other situation, attacking with this 4-material monster will have its attack. It's completely bonkers. I hate it. So, with nothing else, we pass to them.
On their turn, they normal summon Genex Controller and synchro for Genex ally Axel. They'll attack our Gyroid, will chain the Supercharge, but they'll chain Solemn Judgment to negate it. This will activate the Reliever in hand, giving them another attacker. They'll attack into Gyroid and will activate the Megaroid City to send Submarinoid to grave, but the second attack from Reliever will finally destroy our Copter. On our turn, we'll normal summon Mixeroid, then tribute it to special summon Submarinoid from deck. Then we'll activate Vehicroid Connection Zone to make Super Vehicroid Mobile Base, using its effect to special summon Steam Gyroid from our extra deck. Then we'll activate Mixeroid in grave, using 5 monsters to special summon Pair Psychoid from our extra deck, and that's enough direct attackers to go for 1600 and 800 for game.
Dang, that was some pretty crazy dueling out there. It's the kind of stuff you get to see when both players aren't fielding 16-step, 3-negate boards with hand traps. Team Chaos Stream was a valiant opponent, and I'm honored that he wanted to feature me on the channel. If you haven't subscribed to him yet, I'd highly recommend it so you can see more replays from him. And if you want to see more of what he's all about, he has a video on my channel that remixes this footage with his own musical selection. And if this is the first time we've met, then hello again. Over on my channel, we do a lot of archetype analysis, new card impressions, and gameplay videos where we go step by step over the variety of decks that I play while on stream. I hope you'll check it out. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.